It is Wednesday, May 10th, 2023. And today I'm doing another fantasy match. I thought about what if Bruno Sammartino were to get involved with the Bloodline storyline. So I got Bruno Sammartino against Solo Sikoa. So we'll see how this match goes. It's a match that another fantasy match that couldn't happen in real life, so use the video game to see what happens. So 1 week from today, just 1 week away, is the second downloadable content series for WWE 2K23. So it means we're probably going to get a patch and maybe they'll fix some troubles and things. And I'm waiting for Harley Race, which is coming in the June pack, and Zeus is coming in the July pack. I'm looking forward to those. If you don't know who Zeus was, he was in the movie with Hulk Hogan. There's a movie, search it. It's called No Holds Barred. It's Hulk Hogan and his opponent in the movie is Zeus, that they actually brought into professional wrestling, and they had Zeus in some storylines and stuff. But I'm looking forward to having him in the game too. I guess he's kind of like to continue the series. Like last year they had Mr. T, and this year they got Zeus. So it's I'm looking forward to that. And of course, Harley Race is one of the all-time greats. So I'm looking forward to being able to use him in the game as an in-game wrestler. I mean, you can get a community creation, of course, but they're gonna actually have him as an in-game wrestler, which would be cool. I wonder if they'll have him as King Harley Race, because he had the title, the King title in the '80s. He was King Harley Race, and I think it was King Haku. Haku had that's if they should put Haku in the game. Haku was king also, but I'm looking forward to having a in-game Harley Race. So we got Bruno. Bruno's hairy. Look at the detail of the hair. Anyway, so Solo and Bruno here. That'd be. But yeah, I think Bruno. I guess it was just Solo. I don't know if they're his uncles or the Alpha and Sika, the Wild Samoans, are around the time of Bruno Sammartino, and they're it's all the same family line, all part of the bloodline. Alpha and Sika and Roman Reigns and The Rock, but yeah, Bruno was around the time of the Samoans and High Chief Peter Maivia, Rock's grandfather, and all that. It's back in the '60s, '70s, and Bruno into the '80s. I think Bruno's last match was 1987, I think, but he did commentating and all that stuff. But I believe the last time he actually wrestled was in '87, because he was in WrestleMania 1, and he was at ringside for WrestleMania 1. He was in WrestleMania 2, and then I think he was not in 3. But he was in the right at the end of his career. He was in the early WrestleManias. His prime was before WrestleMania existed. Here we go. Bruno with a big splash off the top rope. I don't think I ever saw Bruno do that, but it's in his move set. Nice 2 count there. So you've got to give Bruno the edge here. He's a champion. He's the longest reigning champion and the heavyweight champion of the world, I should say. Not just, he wasn't the Intercontinental. He was a heavyweight champion of the world for many years. And he was a big star like the decade before Hogan, the '70s, before Hogan came in the '80s. But Bruno was a really, really big professional wrestling star. So I was so happy to see he's in this game, as I've mentioned before. So I'm using him today, just like put him in with some of the current stars of the day. It's fun to see what would happen. So we got AEW tonight. Got that cage matches tonight. They had Moxley and Omega's that cage. That should be a good match tonight. The cage match. Should have had that today. Maybe I'll have that tomorrow. But they're having a big AEW show tonight. I'm sure a lot of people will be watching that. Kick out by Bruno. So, and of course, got SmackDown in a couple days. we'll see where they go as we build towards the Night of Champions. Looking forward to that. Should be a good show. And then just before you know it, we'll be at SummerSlam, which is always a good show. Remember the first SummerSlam was the main event was a tag team. It was Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage against Andre the Giant and Ted DiBiase. That was the very first SummerSlam main event. And I remember when of course, the 1990 the third SummerSlam was a main event. Always liked the Ultimate Warrior versus Rick Rude in a cage. After Warrior, he was for the world title. Warrior had won the title from Hogan. I always remember that SummerSlam main event. That was a great one. Bruno going for the cover now. Yeah, in a real match, Bruno would probably win this match I would definitely have Bruno win this match, and if they ever had a real match. So I love creating different. That's what I love about doing this is creating different matches like this, especially doing a lot of fantasy matches because they use the current guys against each other. That can happen today in real life, but it's the ability to have these matches that could never happen is just one of the best things about these video games, and it's just this WWE 2K23 game. See if Solo can get the upset and beat Bruno. I think once a guy put it in the old arena with the red, white, and blue ropes. Solo cheating, Bruno will kick out. And yeah, I like to use the Raw arena for when I'm using the two modern guys or something. But when I got Bruno in there, I put the old WWF. I call it the WWF 80s ring because that's when they started it. Because they had the red, white, and blue ropes, which actually AEW picked up now, which looks really cool. I thought it was a look that they started, I think, in '83. I think I mentioned that. I can't remember from match to match, but I said I was gonna do. I don't do video on my channel. I put myself in the corner there because the equipment's expensive and to get into the lighting and everything. It's just much easier. I'm glad I was able to figure out how to do audio. Plus, if anyone was wondering, I like to have the full screen on and just have someone talk over the game. I always thought that was just a better way to do it. Plus, so I said the cost of setting up the video and putting myself in the corner of the game, I didn't. That was a lot more trouble than it's worth, and I'd have to buy more equipment and stuff. So, which is not cheap. Even a $50 camera is still $50. So like I use I don't know if anybody's wondering. I use the H9 Sony headphones with the PlayStation 5, which were expensive enough. They were $300. So I was like, all right, that's enough on the budget. Then I can just do the audio and let the game be the video. Just always wondering why I don't have because I know a lot of people have themselves in the corner of the screen with the game, which some people like. I like the ones that have you get to see the full screen of the video game, and just the person can just talk over it. I always found that to be. I mean, everybody's different. That's how I like it. Now Bruno's now nice punch to the gut here. See if Bruno can get this done here. He's got like a backbreaker on him here. This is pin only. He's not going to submit. He won't give up. Bruno is holding him there for a while though. Here he's just going to come out of it. 10 minutes into this match, as I say, it's a good match. Sometimes the matches are better than others. Sometimes they go too quick, but this has a good length. So trying to think of what match to have tomorrow. Always thinking of what the next match is going to be. So with Bruno, he's in the Hall of Fame. He's one. If you don't know much about Bruno, so he had I forget what years he had the title, but I think he still has the record for the longest title reign. Unless Roman Reigns is going to break it, he still has it belt. But he had it for many years. And yeah, he wrestled. I guess his prime was the 70s. But he was big in the. He used to go to Madison Square Garden, sell the place out every month. He just go. Bruno was defending the title. You couldn't find a seat. He would in the 70s, and he fought Ivan Koloff and Superstar Billy Graham and Nikolai Volkov, George the Animal Steel, all these legendary professional wrestlers. He defeated. They tried to get the belt off him, and see, I mean, Superstar did get the belt off, and then of course, yeah, then Bob Backlund had the belt for 5 years. Back then, they had the belt for a long time because Bob Backlund had the title for five, like 78 to 83. And then before that's all before Hogan came. Everything changed when Hogan came in, but it was Superstar Billy Graham, Bruno Sammartino, Bob Backlund, all these guys that are like you see Superstar and Backlund. They're creating. I got those on the community creations on here. But this should be a triple threat. Backlund, Superstar Billy Graham, and Bruno Sammartino in a triple threat match. That's maybe something I can have in the future. But yeah, that's the way it was back then. They would hold the title for a long time. And Dusty Rhodes is around fighting Superstar Billy Graham back then. And it's just for people who don't know. I'm just filling people in here on it. All right, 12 minutes into this match. It's a good match. See, I like to do these and just talk about wrestling history and just because I've been watching for many years and always like to talk wrestling. I love talking about professional wrestling, so I just like to do these matches, talk about wrestling, talk about the match. So I think this is match 77 today, so I'll be at 100 before I know it. See Solo just get him there? Yep, he got him. Solo beats Bruno Sammartino. That's impressive. All right, so tomorrow's Thursday. I'll return with another match. Bye-bye.